In Oklahoma during spring, 3 things are absolute in accordance to the weather: storms, flooding, and green scenery. The flooding causes the ground to be extremely soft and the rivers and creeks to rise to a point that wildlife that call these rivers and creeks home can no longer stay. The green fields and fruitful vegetation, paired with extreme moisture in the ground, makes for suitable habitat for feral hogs. And in these parts is a major problem for farmers counting on those green fields for their livelihood. Thus brings me to my point, a short phone call from a local farmer. Hello. And we're locked, loaded, and prepping plans to take as many hogs as possible, as quickly as possible. Although gear prep and planning are important aspects to success, it's equally important to have fun. As an outdoorsman, I feel it's important to do our part in our community. I also feel that with a task such as this, the responsibility falls to us as hunters.
I'm Sam Pearson. I'm native bred and baptized in the muddy waters of backwoods Oklahoma. My favorite things in life are God, my family, and the great outdoors. When the good Lord made me, He gifted me with the ability to answer the call in the wild. And I've decided to dedicate my life to answering that call, the Okie way.
Okay, so we just landed here on the place that's being tore up by the pigs. I'm doing a little pre-game scouting. Just come tomorrow. I think we're going to come out tomorrow evening and try to hit them. Got some big poop here. Not real fresh, but definitely some pig poop. Pigs are well known as the demolition crew of nature, because that's exactly what they do, destroy. Lots of folks just don't understand how destructive these creatures really are. In approximately 3 weeks, they demolished 4 round bales of hay, and they destroyed around a 500-yard square of this man's wheat pasture. Wheat which is used to feed his cows through the winter. So we decided, we looked around a little bit, saw the tracks and the signs. They're coming. I heard them back in the trees. I don't have no gun or anything, or no bow, and I didn't want to spook them, so I got the hell out of there. So after our little scouting venture this evening, I kind of got an idea where I'm going to sit on the first day, and I got an idea of kind of where they're moving and where to focus on trying to hit them at. I think I'm just going to sit on the ground. I was debating on moving a stand, one of my stands that's close by. I was thinking about moving it, but I think I'm just going to sit on the ground. I think would be my best bet, maybe in those hay bales. But we'll see. Come tomorrow evening, we'll see. I knew that this task would be larger, but I've merely scratched the surface of how large of a task this is. As I set out to hunt, I meet folks from the neighboring properties. who right away give me free range to do what is necessary to manage these out-of-control pigs. They also inform me, by their count, there is around 60 hogs running this area, which is enough to cause widespread destruction if not kept in check. All right, we're out here. We're on location now. We're headed out to our spot to set up and try to get some of these pigs. So it's about 7:30 in the evening, and we just got here and kind of settled in. Got everything. Picked us a good spot. I mean, they've tore this whole area up over here. So we don't have to wait very long before we begin seeing some action. Immediately the pigs arrive. Unfortunately, though, I proved myself to be not the best of marksmen. However, I'm given a second opportunity. And I missed yet again. And I'm given a third opportunity that I also miss. At the end of the day, you miss all the shots you don't take. And though I may have been off my mark 3 times today, we'll come back with different equipment and try again. So we're prepping for round 2 of this pig management program that I've been working on, this project I've been working on. And I've decided to change up my method of take after missing so many times. Normally I would just use my bow and continue to try to grow as an archer, but being the circumstances, I'm coming at it from a management standpoint, and I can't afford to keep missing shots. I do not own an AR, and I think as close quarters as it is, and as thick as the brush cover is, my deer rifle is going to be a little bit of overkill. So what I've actually done is I went and bought a box of rifled slugs for my shotgun, my pump action, and I think it'll be a little bit faster than a bolt action rifle, and I don't have any sights on it, so it'll give me be a little bit easier to use in the covered brush, in the thick undercover, and it'll still have the same stopping power or similar stopping power as a rifle, and it'll be a little more accurate than my bow. I think it's going to be my best all-around gun is a shotgun full of slugs. My best bet of winning this contest here. So that's what we're going to go with.
No, it's me.
All right, we're back again for round 2 here. I got one of the youngins with me here. He's going to help me out. And we're going to go back to that same place and start there and see where it goes. So that's the idea. So we've been following the pigs all morning, and I think we're close enough to them to hear them. But we're going to try to slip around upwind from them. But we're definitely getting close. Stay tuned. So we went as far south as we could this morning, tracking them pigs. And we tracked them to a couple of mulberry groves that they had been working over pretty heavily, but we kind of lost the sign of them. So we backtrack back onto the field, and then we're gonna track over and follow the river back north. Hopefully we can run into them. We've just been sitting here listening to the turkey. So we're gonna try that. See if that works. Did you miss? So we'll get it cleaned up and take him back to the house, and we're gonna call it a day for today. After closer examination, I did go back and find that I did hit the two other pigs and they were down. The next morning, I introduced yet another character, one of my other nephews, Ryan. So we're back for round 3 with a different character. We're gonna go back to the spot where we hit them at last time and start there and just try to relocate them. Seems like they're moving around quite a bit, so we'll just keep tracking them until we can get on them again. The plan for this morning, anyways. We followed their signs and tracks all morning until we run into some thick cover. The signs keep getting fresher and fresher as we close in on them, until we're finally right in their laps. Unfortunately, however, they were in a spot we could not shoot. So we sat down to devise a plan of attack. It doesn't open up on the other side either. It's plum thickets all the way down. But I know that they like these berries. The mulberries are all over the ground. So they should be coming to snack them. I told you they were listening.
we finally make up our minds and decide to close in for a closer look.
However, as every smart hunter knows, pigs are pretty smart critters. They give us the slip out the back and are gone for good. We decide to push through the thicket where the pigs once were in an attempt to pick their trail back up. And we do. We track them a little ways and lose the sign again. We spend the rest of the afternoon searching for the pigs, looking for a fresh sign or doubling back to check, make sure we didn't miss anything. We crawl through the brush all day long, never pick up a fresh sign. But sometimes that's the way it goes when you're hunting pigs. I myself will continue managing these pigs throughout the rest of the spring and summer, maybe even into the fall. My work here is not done, although this episode would get awful long if we continued chasing pigs and recording. So I will go back and chase without the cameras the next time. So I think one of the final takes on this pig management project. We've got 3 down. But this morning, me and the kid here, we tracked them from where we caught up with them the other day. We went back and tracked them again and caught up with them and we're sitting on them, but they ended up giving us the slip and slipped out behind us somewhere. And we couldn't relocate them, so we're going to call it a day.